Hi there, welcome back to Not Another Budget. I'm Nicole, and on this channel I'm attempting to cash budget my way out of debt and fix several years of financial misbehaviour. And if that's something you're interested in following along with, please don't forget to stick around and check out the other content that I've created for you on this channel. Now, today's video, I'm sorry there wasn't a video yesterday as promised. I'd had two very, very heavy induction days for my role as a trainee teacher, and I just got in and had a stinking headache both days. There's a lot of information to absorb. Some of it was very heavy. I can't really say anything else about that. Some of it was quite heavy and quite difficult, as you would probably expect. And I just thought, no, I'm not going to be able to sit and do anything justice right now, apart from crawl into bed at a ridiculously early time. But I have slept, the migraines are gone, which is wonderful, and I am back with another video for you. And we are starting with a little bit of happy mail from the wonderful Budget with Ira, who, if you have not checked out his channel, please do. He is a wealth of information. His videos are entertaining. He is standing out in this space as someone who does things that's really unique and interesting. And I don't tend to order a lot from him, but whenever I have done, it's his stickers that I just love. I love his stickers. I wish I could order more from him, but I'm not able to. And what I have done with to kind of go with the whole new binder system, and again, this is something that I spent my personal money on across July and August, is go for his date dot stickers, of which there are 3. So there's 3 months worth there. And then that also came with a payday flag. And then I also went with 3 of his little expense trackers, so I can actually track them properly. And we're going to set these up today, and then also the Have a Wonderful Budget little freebie sticker as well. So we're going to set them up today. I do have a few more things of his in my Etsy cart at the time, but to be honest, I am waiting for the time being. And this is also going to be a little bit of a preview setup of my September budget, which is nearly done. I have written out some things, but I wrote them out in, I'm kicking myself, it's entirely my own fault. I wrote them out in, what words come to me, non-erasable pen. So I'm a little bit like, oh goodness, okay, so I'm going to need to make some changes, but I'll show you what is provisionally down so far for the month as a whole. And the good news is that because I intended my inductions, I can actually, because of the way Monzo, who are my current bank account, who I do most of my normal banking with, because of the way they arrange their payments, I can actually see kind of a couple of days in advance if there is a payment due to be taken and if a payment is due to come in. So I can actually see that the student loan payment, which is the key part of this month's income, this month being September, is pending to go in. So that is a real relief, because I did have a bit of a moment where I was like, if this doesn't go in, I might actually have to call it a day, because I don't know then what else I'm going to do. I'm kind of done all that I can do, really. But we're nearly there. So close to the finish line. I cannot tell you how long this period has been. For anyone who's new and tuning in, and hello to all of my wonderful newbies, you're very, very welcome. There is now about a year's worth of content for you to go back and binge with a coffee at your leisure. It's what I did when I first started getting into the budgeting channels, is no matter where I found a budgeter, in terms of their journey or how old or young their channel was, I would go back from the very beginning just to get an idea of where they were coming from and how they were changing. So if anyone else does that, let me know down in the comment below. My football team have just scored. I've got a little bit of an alert going on, so unfortunately I can't check who's scored while I'm filming, so that's gonna like niggle at me for a little bit. But yeah, no, so yes, it's definitely like, right, I can put the last bit of petrol in to get to my third and final induction day on Monday, and go out and get something to eat for me and the cat tomorrow. And then I am completely done. I have no more money left that I can allow myself to spend, and I will have done it. I will have done a 6-month budget with all of its pains and groans. And overall it's been good, but I am really like, let's go now for September. Let's get this started. And I was not the only trainee on the induction who was also in the same boat. It was quite interesting, everyone saying the same thing, really. But that's fine. That's 22. We want 21. And I've also been doing I'm going to be spending some time tomorrow. I'm going to have just a really gentle day tomorrow, so I can kind of have it as a day of rest before I start fully. I'm also going to just try and do a massive list of things that I need to buy which are cash based, and things that need to go on card, so I then have my amounts ready to withdraw, which I'm going to have to do at a cash point probably over a couple of days, because I'm not going to get into a bank account while they're open. So I have that to consider as well. And I'm going to have like a little bit of a mini rant here about laptops, because it's something that I need to buy. Now, my overall tech budget, which is including laptops, printers, more hard drives and things like that, is 950, but that's for everything, and I don't want to hit that. Ideally, I'd like to come in at 800, but I've allowed for the fact that it may not be possible. So I've been trying to research laptops, and I've kind of very, very quickly come to the conclusion that I'm going to have to compromise on some things, which I have done, and there are others where I can maybe amend or look for a refurbished and things like that. But for me, and I'm just gonna this is just a generalized little bit of a discussion with you guys. For me, I always have either had a laptop bought for me, or I've gone and bought like a refurbished one, and I've never spent or never had a laptop of a value that's exceeded £300. And to be fair, that's always been fine, and they've always lasted like 3 to 4 years. I don't change them out very, very often, and only when they do absolutely go, which is where my current laptop is at. It's just clinging to life at the minute, and it's pretty necessary for me for next year, or for this coming period of teacher training, because we're not going to get any tech provided. We have to provide our own. So I was like, so I'm looking and I'm researching, and I'm coming to the conclusion like, right, okay, I'm going to have to that's a bit of a pain, but I'm going to have to do this. I'm going to have to amend my expectation here. If I look at this, well, okay, but the reviews are saying this and that. And I'm just sitting there going like, this is a little bit, I'm looking between £400 to £600 for a laptop. I'd like to be nearer the £400 range. If I head any nearer towards £600, it's going to have to be exceptional, in my mind at least. This is regardless of whether it's new or refurbished. That's the maximum that I want to spend on a laptop, because I have got other things that I need to get. And so I'm looking, and then I'm going away and reading the reviews, and the reviews are like, well, this particular model X, Y, and Z is the best low cost, lower end budget laptop. And I'm like, hang on, £400 to £600 is not a small amount of money. That's not a small amount of money. That's not low end, that's not low budget. What are things below £400? Are they micro budget? Not worth it? I mean, honestly. And the difficulty is that because of the design programs that I run, and the fact that I like to play The Sims 4 and things, I need something with a little bit of memory. And we're not talking an extensive amount of memory, just a little bit of memory, so that I'm not going to continually have to delete programs and flick between things. So I'm there and I'm like going, right, okay, and each time it's just getting pushed closer and closer and closer and closer to my upper limit. So I've found one that's 570, which makes me feel slightly sick thinking about it. And it's going to be the best of the bunch, I think. And even then, there's compromising going on. And I'm like, this is the biggest single purchase thing that I'm doing. You know, I'm making a conscious decision to take a relatively large chunk of money and put it towards something that, yes, I need, but also, you know, I want to buy it and know that it's going to be fine for like 3 or 4 years and not have to and do everything I want it to do. So that's just my little rant about that over. So red is going to be, what's red going to be? Red is going to be debts. Green is going to be purchases. And purple is going to be bills. There we go. So yeah, so we just had a bit of a rant on the phone last night to a family member being like, what has happened with technology? Right, this is a little bit of preview of my September budget as it stands so far. A lot of this may change, and if I change it overnight, when I come to you guys tomorrow with my September week 1 budget preview, that's where you'll see it. But this is my monthly overview for now using my new budget planner. So first up, confirmed in, we've got the £3,681 student loan, and then the final small bursary payment, which is a rollover because of timings, and that's 125. So my projected income is £3,806. The rent is £850, council tax is 133 and 14 pence, and that was due to a miscalculation error last year, so that has now been reworked out, recalculated, and I'm paying that then. The internet is 35, mobile is 28, water is 20, gas and electric 100, car tax, because I was able to pay for it annually last year. I wasn't in the position to do that when it came up again in August, so I'm going to be paying for that monthly, and that's £31.50. YouTube Premium £12.99, Spotify £9.99, pet insurance £21.78, car insurance £75. That's had to go up because of the amount of mileage I've realised I'm doing, so that has increased as well. AA Breakdown is £10.50, Google Storage is £1.59, and then Better Me, which is a health and fitness app, which is the only thing that I'm paying for that's health and fitness, is £3.59. At the minute I've not totaled it off because I do need to double check that I'm not missing anything. In terms of my flexible spending, my fuel is £2.50. I've got a really horrible feeling I need to increase that. So I might increase it to £300. I'm not yet sure. Food is £200, and that is because I'm going to do quite a large stock up because I have still been on the £100 grocery challenge, and that I'm now at the point where my stocks need replenishing to quite a degree. I can't go for another month. Cat is £75. He needs a good stock up as well of both cat litter, which is going to put the cost up, as well as wet and dry food. Spending is £100. I may increase that to £120 because I know that seeing like a large amount of money in my account is going to make me want to be spendy. So I might increase that to £120 just to give myself that little bit of a cushion. Household is £100, and I'm going to do a really, really, really big stock up on everything, and then have quite a small household budget going forward until January, which is why that's big. And then medical is £20. My standard sinking funds, I'm hoping to put £200 into the emergency fund, and then clothing £25, health £10, and house £30, which are my standard kind of monthly rolling ones until I hit a certain amount. My minimum debt payments are £100 to the guarantor, and then in September £141.81 to my consumer debt because I have a slightly smaller first month's payment for one of them. However, what I'm hoping to do, and what I am thinking of doing, is taking, if I can get the tech spend low enough, is paying off one of the debtors that is the Lantern account, which is about a balance of 300 on there, and that is because their minimum debt payments are £79 a month for 3 months, and then a final month's payment of £51.15. I'm going to try and do some calculations for a debt snowball, so that may actually be tomorrow's video, is me trying to work out a debt snowball based on the accounts that I've already got minimum set up for. If the calculations work, I will most likely be increasing that and paying that off. In terms of extra savings, these are my Coinbase challenges. There is never anything planned for them, but we will see. That's £1 coins, £2 coins and pennies. And then in terms of sinking fund spending, so spending specifically for my sinking funds, it is £800 for tech, £500 for Christmas and £100 for gifting. However, if I don't go ahead and spend the full £500, because that also includes things like food and things, I will put them in an envelope in a cash stuffing video, but I will still account for it here and mark it off as done. In terms of my goals, it's to stock up in order to make savings later on in the budget. It's to start and finish Christmas. It's to schedule in other earning potentials like Vinted, and to batch cook and meal prep. And at the minute, my total planned income is £3,806. I am going to try and do some Vinted and get some uploads put in place tomorrow, and then see if that can help as well, because at the end of the day, once I think I know where I stand in terms of what I've spent on Christmas and technology and gifting as well, I think I'll then know what extra I've got to play with. But like I've said in previous videos, I am quite eager to get my debt cleared up, as well as savings done. So yeah, what I have kind of mentally said to myself is anything I pay off to as an extra towards debt, if it's £200 for example, I want to at least try and match in an emergency fund or other equivalent long-termish savings. So that's where we stand with regards to that, but we'll see. I need to tweak the numbers some more. So this isn't yet a fully finalised budget, but it is a bit of a sneak peek and a prep as to where I am with this so far. But on that note, I'm going to go because my cat is having an argument with another cat and I need to go and intervene. So I will see you all tomorrow. Have a wonderful weekend. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, as it's all free and massively helps out this channel. And I will see you all very, very shortly. Bye bye for now.